YouTube. Good morning. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday and you're relaxing and having some time for yourself and spending time with other people like friends and family. Sunday is a day of relaxation for a lot of us, not for everybody, but for a lot of people. So if today is a day where you can relax and just take some me time, I encourage you to do so because it's good to unwind and decompress and get things back together before you start work again on Monday. So I wanted to react to Chantal's newest video where she's eating a healthy salad and she does a little bit more exercising. So here's how it's going to go. Here's how we're going to do it today. I'm reacting to her video and I'm going to give my usual thoughts and opinions on what she's doing. But I'm also going to point some stuff out that I'm noticing about how even with a video like what we're about to watch, she's still catering to a certain subset of people. Regarding the title of this video, when I say she's still catering to those people, what I mean by those people, those people that I'm referring to are the feedy people. Yes, that's right. Even with a healthy video, Chantal is still sending the bat signal out to them that she does certain kinds of content and to come watch her and to contact her online for doing other kinds of content. So we're going to get into that. For those of you that maybe you don't know a whole lot about the feedy fetish, Chantal really should be doing that kind of content off of YouTube versus putting it on YouTube. But long ago, she decided that rather than go to a private platform where everything would be behind a paywall and she would have to take the extra step to create the platform, put content on it, and then advertise yourself on that platform and just hope for the best, she decided to get on YouTube and use a free platform with a greater chance of a bigger audience to make money. And she's made a lot of money over the years, but because it's a public platform, it's not really age restricted and she's not age restricting her content. More people are being exposed to what she's doing than really need to be exposed. So before we get into her video though, I want to show you guys some great stuff on Twitter. Some of this stuff has to do with foodie, but there's other stuff that I've collected this morning, stuff that make you smile and stuff about animals, just to kind of balance the negative out with some of the positive. So let's get in with that. I've already got my Twitter pulled up and we're ready to go. So let's go. So for those of you that are on Twitter X and you want to follow me there, it's Wild Girl Sarah. Whenever I do a live or a video, I always post it there first. I know that YouTube sometimes they drop the ball with the notifications. So if you want to make sure to get notified, you can add me on Twitter and that way you'll never miss anything. Okay. So we'll start here with Lilu. Lilu says she freaking hates it. Foop Olympic says Chantal with the broccoli she allegedly loves versus Chantal with the food she actually likes. So this is the clip on the left of the video that I'm going to be reacting to today. She's got the healthy salad bowl. Her reaction to that versus a regular mukbang is drastically different. And my apologies ahead of time for anyone who comes here that I'm reacting to Chantal. You guys know I'm not a big fan of her eating. She's rather gross with it. She's over exaggerated with it. But showing these two clips together is essential to show you guys the marked difference between Exhibit A and Exhibit B. So let's start here with the video clip on the left, again, courtesy of Lilu, where she's eating a salad. And then we'll move on to the one where she's having a regular mukbang. Watch her physical reactions. Watch the things she does. Let's go.
I love broccoli.
That's funny, Chantal. You love broccoli so much. How come you haven't eaten a whole lot of it? Now, if Chantal really loved this kind of food, she'd be chowing down on it. She loves to eat. Strangely enough, though, for someone who loves to eat so much, she doesn't take the time to actually taste the food. She just shoves it in as quickly as she can. I don't know how anybody can call themselves a foodie when they put food in front of them, but they don't really take the time to taste it, to savor it, to really enjoy it. It's all about just shoving it in, shoving it in, shoving it in. But here's Chantal with this healthy salad bowl. And notice she's not eating too terribly quickly. She's the feeling that I'm getting from her right now is like when you have a small child and you put food in front of them that is not their favorite. You put a plate and food in front of them and say, this is what you need to eat. This is what I'm making tonight. And they pick at it because they're a little bit hungry, but they're not excited about eating it. They're swishing it around on their plate.
I love broccoli.
Oh, really? Well, if you love broccoli so much, why aren't you acting all excited to eat it?
I love broccoli.
Okay, so that was the brief clip. Sorry, I didn't know it was that short. Compared to this, now look at the marked difference in response. She takes one bite of this one and she's just like she's in another world. Like Chantal just went to another universe. Look at this. Look at the difference. Look at this. And this is a unhealthy meal. Way too much in the way of rice and carbs, but look at the difference. Look at that. Like just like she's having a moment. She's having a moment where she's hearing the angels sing. She's hearing the music in her head.
Thank God for good food.
Yeah, but that's not, well, it would be good food if you ate a smaller amount. But eating too much of anything is bad, Chantal. So yeah, like you guys just saw Exhibit A and Exhibit B together, eating a healthy salad, and she's acting like she's completely bored with it. Like she's just not excited. And we know how Chantal is. If she's not excited about something and she doesn't love it, if it's not something she can get obsessed over, she quickly gets tired of it and then she drops it. I mean, she's very reward motivated. She's looking for that self gratification. She's looking for the pleasure. If she's not getting pleasure in it, she's not going to do it. Okay, let's move on to something not Chantal from Nature is Amazing. Absolutely astonishing moment. Sebastian Studeker broke the world record surfing a wave that's 115 feet high. I have a friend of mine, he loves to surf. And surfing, it's great physical activity. You know, you're burning a lot of calories because a lot of surfing is paddling. You got to paddle out to the wave. And the surfing itself is very physical. But can you imagine the rush of surfing? You're one with nature and this 115 tall wave, and you're just riding it. Go in the pipeline, bro. Go in the pipeline. Amazing. Well done, sir. Well done. All right, back to Chantal. From an unbelievably annoying cat voice, Sansa Cooks. A mukbang is a mukbang. Yep. So even if it's healthy food or it's unhealthy food, she's still treating it the same way. It may not taste the same, it may not hit the same, but she's treating it the same way. And I'll point out all the things that I noticed once the video starts. But let's just get through the Twitter stuff first. Princess Forever says, from Chantal's own logic, quote, put it down because it's suffering. The poor thing having to take pills every day. And she was talking about BBJ having to be put down or why she should be put down. Yet here's Chantal. She's a bit older. She's on tons of medication. She's not healthy. So she can have her thoughts and feelings and opinions about an animal that once they become sick or they're not well, if they're on medications, immediately just put them down. But does that same logic apply to a human being? That you being a person, Chantal, you're incredibly sick. You're taking medication. Uh, for all intents and purposes, you're a burden to yourself and anybody else around you. So, should the logic apply to you? Should people look at you the way you look at animals? I also find it almost karmic that once upon a time when she had BBJ, she let BBJ get incredibly sick. She let BBJ walk around with severe kidney infections, ingrown nails. And isn't it almost karmic that here's Chantal much later dealing with kidney issues and kidney infections? Yeah, I would say that that's karma for Chantal. That is perfect karma. What you made something suffer with, now you have to. Okay, this is something sweet from Posts of Cats. Aw, look at the babies. That's a what a well-timed picture. Very well timed. And this from Punch Cat. Oh, look at the baby. The baby's sleepy with a full belly. My kitten after eating a whole bottle of milk. Oh, that baby is milk drunk. It's like, I'm sleepy. My belly's full. Rub my belly. That is a well-fed baby. Okay, here's another one from Frost. Frost says, "Oh, Foodie, the same day your grandmother passed, you went live, Coca-Cola out of your mind with a crackhead blankist. If Girl World is disgusting, remember that you claim to be the queen of it. You spit more crap than Salah, and he eats it." Agreed. Indy says, she won't move when her husband wants her to, or when Natter pushed her to go walk, but she will do it when Charlie Gold loses weight. Yeah, I remember that Natter, you know what? Let's go all the way back. Forget Natter for a second. I remember when she was with BB, her ex-boyfriend BB, that she was with for quite a while. BB, he was such a good man, hardworking man, tried really hard, did a lot. He didn't know about Chantal's food problem. He had no idea because he works all day. He couldn't be there to watch what she did or when she did it. When he was made aware of her food issue, when he found the pizza boxes in the closet, he did what he knew how to do. He encouraged her to eat healthy. He got her a gym membership. Chantal didn't stick with that, but she refused to get healthy then. And then when Natter came along, Natter tried to get her to eat healthy, go on walks. She would always throw a fit. Salah tried to get her to eat healthy, told her, you need to lose 200 pounds. He didn't do it for Salah. But all of a sudden, Charlie is looking very well. And suddenly Chantal's motivated. It's like the wrong things motivate this woman. Always. I'm not saying it's wrong for Charlie to be healthy. Absolutely not. Charlie looks great. But it's Chantal's motivated by anger and revenge. And I'm going to stick it to somebody rather than looking at herself and saying, it's time to get healthy. This nonsense of being unhealthy and just for what reason? Why continue to do that? She's just motivated by anger and negative emotion rather than reaching for the positive emotion. Okay, so Perfectly Imperfect says, we all know how this will go. Her blood sugars will drop to 8 to 10. She announces herself cured, stop taking her meds again, and back to the fast food mukbangs. And if you don't like it, don't watch. We've been here before. Yes, we have. And here's something that is a bit disturbing. I would like to bring up another YouTuber, and I actually like her. And it makes me sad to see that, she's gone back to mukbangs. So everybody, you're probably aware about Hungry Fat Chick. Hungry Fat Chick was into doing the serious mukbanging. Candy's, she's not a problematic person. Very sweet. She just gets on camera and eats her food. But she got herself to a place where she was not healthy at all. And she tried for a while to turn that around. I mean, she stuck with it for a while, eating healthy. She lost weight. She was looking good. But due to the fact that her money was dropping, she decided to go back to the unhealthy mukbangs. And I can't tell you how sad that makes me. It makes me so sad. And here's Chantal, another mukbanger. She's very money motivated. She wants to put the money over her health. So is she going to stick with the healthy mukbangs? I don't think so. She makes more money when she does the unhealthy stuff because that's what the feedy people are paying for. The more gluttonous the food and the behavior, the more they like it. They're not paying a mukbanger or a feedy person to get better, to get healthier. They're essentially paying for a person to make themselves ill for their fetish. So, when you start putting yourself in that corner, it can be a real slippery slope. When you let the money trap you, it honestly can trap you when you value the wrong things versus the right things. Yup says Foodie Beauty believes she can essentially eat whatever she wants so long as her blood sugars are down. She forgets that she's on the maximum dosages of her oral meds and is one step away from meeting insulin once they stop working. Foodie thinks the meds will always work and she's wrong. Well, I'm not a diabetic, but I would imagine so, that if you're misusing your medication or not using them the right way, or you just push your body too far, at some point medication will stop working. And then once you reach that point, where do you go from there? Is there anywhere else to go? Foop Olympics says her chewing is slow for once because she hates the food. Hope that helps. So here's the comment by Lisa. Lisa says, Chantal, I can tell you have slowed down in your eating and chewing your food much slower and better. Keep up the good work. You can also tell your face isn't as puffy. Well, maybe her face isn't puffy because either A, different filters, or B, because she's reduced maybe the sodium intake, because sodium intake can make your body bloat out. But I agree with Fupa. She's chewing slower because she doesn't like the food. If she loved the food, she'd be going to town on it. That bowl would be gone in 3 minutes. Spoiler, I watched the video. She ate part of the food, but we didn't see her finish the bowl. She ate a small portion of it, and then there was a jump cut directly into the exercise. I would think if she wants to eat healthy, she should be finishing that entire portion because that will help to fill her up a little bit. But she ate part of it and not in a very enthusiastic way. And then she jump cutted straight to the exercise. So you didn't eat all that food, Chantal, for someone who, I love broccoli. It tastes so good. You didn't finish it. You didn't finish it on camera. So that tells me like you ate part of it for the camera. And then after the camera was turned off, you ate something else because you weren't full. You couldn't have been full if you didn't eat the whole thing. Okay, this is adorable from Punch Cat. Cats are the best. The same husband who said, I don't like cats. Well, the cat distribution system works again. Look at the baby. Aw. It's amazing how many people start out as, I don't like cats or I don't like dogs. And then they end up being a dog parent or a cat parent. The universe knows what it's doing when it distributes some of the pets. You may resist, but resistance is futile. Once you get attached to a little fur baby, I mean, that's it. That's all. End of story. Like this right here, Juanita Broderick, newborn baby panther. So this baby panther got rescued. Oh, I wonder what happened to mom. And then it got raised up. Look how beautiful this panther is. Look at him. Look at those pretty blue eyes. Now it's like a family pet, although it is still a wild animal. I mean, the panthers are wild animals, but look, well loved, well taken care of. And it's also friends with the family Rottweiler. Don't worry, the Rottweiler is in no danger. The panther looks at it like a sibling. Cat boop. Oh, God. Hidden Truth says, in just a few days, we should see another vlog of her complaining about being in pain, so she has to take a short break while she heals. It's a cycle that continues. She rages at reactions, works out of spite, hurts herself, rages and quits. Yep, the Chantal cycle. This is it's a Chantal cycle and circle. We're used to it. And this is just something odd, but I love it. Juanita Broderick, a 1970s bathroom. Does anyone know what the stairs were for? I kind of know what the stairs are for. It's to get into the bathtub. For those that might have trouble getting into the bathtub, I don't, or maybe the stair, like it looks like stairs. It's not really stairs, but like little shelves to put things. But I absolutely in love with 1970s aesthetic. You know, sue me. I was a child of the 70s, so it's a callback to younger times. But I love the 1970s groovy aesthetic of anything. I love those older aesthetic houses and decor. And then I posted this morning. Foodie Beauty, even with a salad, you are still catering to the feedy people. The overloaded spoon, wide open mouth, food in front of your face, the old face and noises are all for them. That salad did not fill you up. You ate more off camera, and I know it. Stop lying. We aren't stupid. Yep, the lies she tells to herself and other people. Massimo, here's something you got. Have you guys ever seen a fish out of water? A successful fish out of water? Well, there is such a fish that can get out of water. So on a rainy day, a group of fish is crossing a road. Climbing perch fish can live without water for 6 to 10 days in moist conditions and can breathe atmospheric oxygen. So why did the fish cross the road to get to the pond on the other side? They look like tadpoles. I never knew fish could do that. Did you? And this is from Nature is Amazing. Look, alligators, crocodiles. A lot of people make the mistake of thinking that crocodiles and alligators are slow. Trust me, they're faster than they look, and they're just as dangerous on land as they are on water. You see a crocodile, you see an alligator, you stay away from it. They are no joke. They are powerful apex predators for a reason. Don't get cute. Don't think you're smart. You see that gator, you start walking the other way. You run the other way and don't stop until you are at least a mile away from that thing. Because it can literally charge at you. I used to live in Florida. There were gators everywhere. Okay, now here's an interesting comparison from Theo. All the girls in one video, Amber only losing calories by crying. So there's Amy Ramadan, there's Amber. But that beginning clip is interesting. Let's go back. So here is the unfortunately gone too soon Light by Jen. I felt like Foodie just dropped her video today. But here is Light by Jen doing an exercise video. And it looks very similar to what Foodie did today. So let's just turn off the sound. Here's Jen when she was doing her workout. Okay. And then here's Chantal doing something very similar. I don't want to play the whole clip, but you guys just saw it. It looks like Chantal is copying Light by Jen, copying one of her videos. All right, Nature is Amazing. Hey, don't mess around with those elephants. Look what they can do. Elephants look very passive and docile, but they can get dangerous real quick. Look how strong this elephant is. It literally is going to rip down a tree with its trunk. Wild animals are wild for a reason, y'all. Look at the strength of this elephant. Boom. Elephants would make great helpers when it comes to lawn removal services, don't you think? Okay. So enough with that. Let's stop and go to Foodie's video. All right, we're going straight there. And we'll jump ahead if she gets too gross. I promise. You have my word on that. Okay, so and I'm just gonna use this video to point out things, clock different ways she's still catering to the feedy people, little hidden things. So let's go.
For my first meal.
So before she even puts a morsel of food in her mouth, what am I noticing? Well, let's start with the position of that food. It's directly in front of the camera. She could easily have that table down lower to where the food is not directly in front of the camera, but the food is the first thing you see. Why does the food have to be directly in front of her like that, like directly in front of her face? It's because she's catering to the feedy people. The feedy people, when you do content for them, they want to see the food. They want to practically see it almost next to your mouth, and that's what Chantal is doing. Even though it's not the kind of food that they like for her to eat, she's still catering to them in an indirect way. Let's show off the food. Let's really put it up there. Let's really put it up there.
Of the day, I have a Super Bowl. I call these Super Bowls. So this has sous vide shrimp, some brown rice, guacamole, corn, black beans, and broccoli. And this is like a sriracha sauce, I guess. Yeah, yum, smells good.
And if you're going to do the healthy eating, one of the things you have to be careful of is stuff like sauces, because sauces, dressings can add a lot of calories. Liquid calories count as much as the solid ones. So I don't know how much in the way of calories were in the sriracha sauce, but you've got the guacamole. She's got guacamole in there. So guacamole and sriracha sauce, like how many calories total would be in the sriracha sauce and the guacamole added with the other ingredients?
And I'm gonna have water to drink, but don't need that right now. So I'm just gonna like try this with you guys a bit.
Notice what she just said. I'm going to try this with you guys versus I'm going to eat this with you guys. If she wanted to get healthy, she could use her channel as a way to motivate herself, hold herself accountable. But sometimes the things you say indicate what you're thinking. So she just said, I'm going to try this with you guys. I'm going to try it versus I'm going to commit myself to eating all of it because I need to eat it because it's healthy. Let's just try it. Let's take a bite. And if I don't like it, I'm not going to eat all of it. I'll just eat a little bit of it for the camera. And then later on, I got a backup sandwich or a backup poutine already in the waiting.
And then a little bit later, I'm going to do my Jane Fonda workout.
And speaking of working out and food, does it make sense to eat a meal right before a workout? Has anybody ever tried that? Have you ever tried eating a great big meal or a meal and then working out? Usually what ends up happening is once you eat something, you put it in your stomach, your body is spending a lot of resources and a lot of energy to digest that food. So if you try to work out too soon after eating, you're going to get the stomach cramps and the side stitches, and you might feel nauseous. So if you wanted to do a workout, why wouldn't you eat a very simple light breakfast, wait a few hours, and then work out? Like she's loading up on food right before she works out. But to be fair, the workout really isn't a workout. She doesn't do much, moving around. So it's not going to make her sick, but still. Shouldn't you be saving the food for after the workout when you're going to be the most hungry? Okay, that right there. So what else am I clocking? How else is she catering to the feeding people? Well, the overfilled spoon. She doesn't have much food in front of her, and she's very concerned about making money off her videos. Wouldn't it make sense to take smaller bites? Taking smaller bites is better for you anyway, because if you're taking smaller bites and you're eating slower, then you're giving your brain and your stomach a chance to catch up with each other, and you feel full and you'll eat less just by doing that. But she's immediately overfilling that spoon and stuffing the food in her mouth as much as she can put in there. And then the whole reaction of like, trust me, she doesn't like it. She'll eat it, but she's not wild about it. She's not wild about it at all. And then she's also going to like lick her fingers. That's another feedy thing. The feedies like to see food dripping down your face. They want to see food on your clothes. They want to see the eye rolls. They want to hear the almost sexual noises that you can make, like you're really having a moment with yourself with the food. They want to see you licking on your fingers, sucking on your fingers, and she's giving them all of that here.
When I go grocery shopping, I'm gonna make my own bowls. Like, these are my favorite.
Yeah, but the thing is, you don't do the grocery shopping. Salah is the one that goes to the store and gets the food. You don't want to go to the store. You don't want people looking at you. So you'll always send him to get food. But hey, you know what, Chantal? If that's what it takes for you to get healthy, somebody else doing the shopping or having the groceries delivered, hey, do it. But the thing is, I know that when you go to the grocery store or when you send him to the grocery store, what do you buy? What do you have him buy? Lots of sugar, lots of carbs, lots of bread, processed foods, meals that you stick in the microwave and go ding. You like the convenience. You like the junk food because the junk food hits the brain different than healthy food. You just can't get away from the rush that you get off of sugar. You're looking for that quick hit. And you're not going to get that with vegetables.
Shrimp.
Okay, you can stop now. You can stop with the exaggerated expressions, Chantal. You're trying too hard. You're trying too hard. Like the throwing the head back for the broccoli. Quit it. Quit it. You're trying too hard to still cater to the feedy people. You're still trying to bring some of those feedy things to this video. You're selling it, but I'm not buying it. I'm passing right by that shelf. I recognize that what's on that shelf is phony. Not buying it. No, you're not enjoying it. It's obvious you're not enjoying it. As a matter of fact, you don't even finish this small portion. You take a few bites to make it seem like you're eating healthy, but you're really not. But you know what? You can lie, but eventually the truth is going to come out. If you're lying to your audience and you're saying, I'm getting healthy, I'm eating better, if you're telling the truth, we'll see that you're telling the truth. We'll be able to tell that you're losing weight. But if you keep lying and you keep gaining weight, then we're going to know that you are lying. So we don't trust what's coming out of your mouth. We trust what we see physically. So go ahead and keep lying. Eventually, we'll find out either way. Like, look at that spoon. Wait, and that's not a normal sized spoon. That's huge. Like, here's a little trick for anybody that you're looking to lose weight or get healthy. Here is a simple trick. And it's one that I used with my problem with food. when you are eating or drinking something, if you have oversized bowls or plates or cutlery, like I have forks and spoons and knives, like the forks and the spoons, forks, spoons, plates, bowls, glasses, anything oversized, put them away. Get yourself some smaller glasses or smaller plates or smaller spoons. I know it sounds weird, but if you have a smaller glass or a smaller plate or a smaller bowl, just because it's smaller, you will only be able to put so much in it. And your portions will be smaller. And then if you say you make a small bowl of cereal or you got a small plate, there's only so much you can put on it. After you're done with that portion, it can give you a moment to pause and say, do I really need more? You can be more aware of your portion sizes that way. If you have a much bigger glass or a much bigger plate, just by having that bigger plate or that bigger bowl or that bigger glass, you're going to eat or drink way too much just because it's bigger. So here's Chantal with this enormous freaking spoon. She could take the smaller bites because it's a big spoon. She's going to fill up the entire freaking spoon when she doesn't have to.
I'm gonna get like different grains as the base, like quinoa. Um, that's spicy. Maybe some brown rice. That's really high in fiber.
Don't tell
Um,
us what you're going to do. Just do it. You always talk about what you're going to do, but you rarely follow through. We're at the point now with you that you've lied so much for so many years. Action, not words. Put your money where your mouth is, Chantal. Or better yet, take your money to the grocery store and buy the healthy foods and stay away from the processed foods. At the end of the day, it's your health. It's your blood pressure. It's your blood sugar. It's your diabetes. It's your health. By eating unhealthy, by staying unhealthy, you're not hurting anybody but you. When you do unhealthy mukbangs, when you're eating 5, 6, 7, 9, 10,000 calories a day, if you're doing it out of spite, if you're doing it out of, I'm sticking a middle finger up to girl world, do you know how ridiculous that is? You're hurting yourself. You're not hurting us. Our health is fine. Yours isn't. You got to make that choice to be healthy or not.
different vegetables, proteins. There's so many different possibilities.
I'm already noticing something. Like there's a lot of things in that bowl, but it feels like she's just eating only certain parts of it and not others. Like she's going straight for, there's any like rice or beans, she's going for that. Like she's picking out certain things from that plate.
So you saw my blood sugar was like 10 something.
I like that she's getting on camera and she's not going to town on the food. She's not like hungry. It automatically tells me she probably ate something unhealthy just so she can eat a little bit of this. If Chantal were for real changing things around from one extreme to the other, like there should be some agitation there. There's no agitation. She's far too calm. Why is she calm? Could it be because she ate more food off camera before she began this meal? If she ate previously, that would make a lot of sense to me. You're eating on one meal first. That way you're not totally hungry before you snack on something like this. This is just probably a snack for her and not one that she enjoys.
Lesson learned. Would have been like a hard lesson that could have like really been dangerous because my blood sugar was like sky high. You guys saw. And now that it's low, that's good. I don't
Ma'am,
have like I feel
your blood sugar
just
is
so much
not
better.
low. It is lower than what it was, but it's not low. 12 is still too high. It's still too high. You got a lot of work to do. And again, if you're not committed to it, if you're cheating off camera, you're doing the sneak eating, you're only hurting yourself. You're only beating up your own body for no random reason. So this is all you. Do what you want.
No dizziness, nothing. Um, Hi, baby girl. And yeah, so that's pretty much my life right now. Just trying to take care of my health, just trying to exercise. And you're probably thinking, why don't you just do something like easier, just walking and blah, blah, blah.
I'm going to give my theory and my opinion on what I think is going on. I don't know if she's talked with YouTube and maybe they've gotten on her case about the mukbangs, or she knows she's walking on thin ice with YouTube with the unhealthy mukbangs. She's already got one strike on her channel, one offense that she's trying to be real careful about what she does and what she says. So for now, she's doing the healthy mukbangs. I'll be very interested to see once the strike falls off what she does. But let's just say she is doing the healthy stuff on camera for a while, even after the strike. It makes me wonder if she's talking to the feedy people and saying, hey, if you want the good stuff, you got to pay for it off camera. Trying to get more money out of them.
Blah. I prefer to exercise in my home right now. It's too hot to go out during the day. It's too peoply outside in malls. So for now, and plus the Jane Fonda, I've been doing the wrong Jane Fonda workout. The one that I'm supposed to do, it's not the complete workout. It's the prime time workout. I had the tape when I was younger, and I lost a lot of weight doing that old cassette tape. And you know, it's a complete body workout. You start with a whole bunch of stretches, then you do some body exercises, and then some aerobics for like 15 or 20 minutes. So I really like it. So I'm trying to get through that. Um, so I'll show you guys a bit of what the prime time workout looks like. And it, I don't know, it makes me laugh a bit, but it's like nostalgia for me. And I enjoy the exercises, the way they make you feel and the way they tone your body. I just remember being like super toned just by doing that cassette tape like 4 days a week. So I love broccoli.
Sure. But do you love broccoli more than Nashies? Do you love broccoli more than poutine or fries or sauces or twisty misties or Starbucks? I love broccoli. Let me fix that for you. I love broccoli for the camera, but not in my personal life. It's not what I really like, but I'm saying I love broccoli because I'm playing a part on YouTube, and that's just part of my dialogue for now.
I'm gonna do a weigh-in on the 4th because that will make 1 week. I've been eating more substantial meals like this, like you know, satisfying meals.
You call this a satisfying meal, but you didn't finish it. I watched the video before I started reacting, Chantal. You did not finish all of this food, and you could have. Girlfriend, we have seen you put away like immense amounts of food. Like this This is nothing compared to what you usually put away. And you didn't finish this. And when you don't finish something, it's either one of two reasons. Either you ate ahead of time and you're just too full and you can't put it all in, or you don't like the food. So what happened here? Did you not like the food and you ate a little bit just for the camera and then you went and you ate something? Or did you eat something before you came on camera and this was just like a whatever snack?
It helps keep like binge urges away, and um, it's food that's loaded with fiber, so it keeps me full longer. Um, yeah, it's food, fried food.
I have to wonder if the reason why she's doing this health thing is because the money right now with her is so low. She literally can't afford takeout 3 or 4 times a day. Anybody that's ever eaten out, takeout meals, even going to say Burger King or McDonald's, going to get a fast food meal is just as expensive almost as going to a sit down restaurant. Like the prices anymore, like say McDonald's and Burger King, it's getting more and more and more expensive. So if her income keeps dipping to where she's just scraping by, she can't afford that takeout. So I guess if that's true, we're just going to take the frame apart and reframe everything as I'm getting healthy, when maybe the real truth is I'm getting to the point where I'm so broke that I can't afford to eat takeout anymore. So I'm just going to tell everybody that I'm doing it for health reasons, when the actual truth is I would prefer to eat the fast food, but I'm just too broke and I can't do it. Those noises.
I was really hungry last night, so I thought I should probably eat something.
So you're going to eat before bed. Like I'm telling you guys, when you're a carb addict, the worst cravings are at night. And Foodie's got a really nasty habit of loading up her stomach before bed. If you do that, your body isn't going to digest as quickly, nor is it going to burn off the calories that you take in, and it's going to store them into fat.
So I had some leftover ash, like those Iranian beans, and I had some bread with it, and that was
So carbs on top of carbs, beans and bread, carbs on top of carbs before bed. She was craving carbs.
like that cut the craving, like it helped.
Yeah, because you were craving carbs. What did I tell y'all? Carb addict, cravings at night, carbs before bed. She had to have her carbs. That's why she needs inpatient.
Me sleep. I ate a lot of carbs yesterday.
Why though? Why did you eat a lot of carbs? Why do you need so many carbs? Carbs are something that we use for fuel to give us energy. But if you're someone and you are very sedentary, you don't have a whole lot of activity, you don't need as many carbs as you think you do. You can easily cut down on the carbs and be perfectly fine.
And my blood sugar was still lower today. And I think that's because the carbs I do eat are like healthy carbs.
My apologies for the eating noises. I am so sorry, but I don't know how to separate the conversation away from the eating noises because she eats while she talks. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm really, really sorry.
They're like very high in fiber. Like beans and whole wheat bread.
And part of the eating noise is just because she's got her mouth is over full. If she took smaller bites, it wouldn't be so doggone noisy.
Mm. I'm going to finish eating this. It's not a mukbang.
Yes, it is. Liar. It is a mukbang. Don't tell us what a mukbang is or isn't. You're getting on camera and you're eating for the camera and you're going to paste it on YouTube for the sake of making money. It is a mukbang. Maybe you're trying to get around YouTube by doing these little mukbangs and mixing that with an exercise video so that YouTube doesn't raise its eyebrow over you. A mukbang is a mukbang, Chantal. Whether there's exercise in the video or not, it's still a freaking mukbang. And we know who you're catering to.
I just want to show you guys how I kind of eat.
We don't need to know how you eat. We don't need to see you eat nor hear you eat. This is not an ASMR video with pleasant sights and pleasant sounds. We've seen you eat plenty of times. We don't need to see it again. Just take note of that and apply that to your next video, please.
This will probably be my main meal. I don't know what I'll eat later. Sometimes I like to get roasted chicken on whole wheat bread from Substop, loaded with veggies.
So more carbs. More carbs.
Very satisfying. And it feels like you're cheating and like you're eating something, you know, but it's like one of the lower calorie subs. So anyway, I'll see you guys.
You notice that? Notice she didn't finish that meal. Now, if she had loved that food, it would all be gone. Notice she didn't finish it all. She left a lot of it in the container, and there wasn't that much.
Jane Fonda primetime workout. You ready?
And you know what this is? I'm just going to call it for what it is. And Foodie, you can get mad at me all you want to. This portion right here, along with the mukbang portion, could also be something that would cater to the feedy people. Now, for those of you wondering, now, how is that possible, Rose? How could her sitting in front of a TV, moving around, cater to the feedy people? There's no food in sight. Well, I'd like to tell you, because there are different subclasses to the main class of the feedy people. You have the gainers, which are those that they're very interested to watch you, the person who's being fed, get bigger and bigger. Then you have another subclass called the immobilizers. And the immobilizers, part of their fetish, connected to the food fetish, is they want to see you have trouble doing the simplest of things, like trouble walking, trouble breathing, trouble moving. Yeah, that's actually a thing. So here's Chantal. She normally, when she does a video, have you guys noticed that her normal videos, she only shows herself from the front? She doesn't give us a side profile because a side profile would highlight just how big she is. But isn't it interesting? For this video, she's giving us the side profile. She did it in the last one. How did she go from being shy about her size to suddenly it's not a big deal? It's because she's catering to certain people. Not only that, Chantal, but I'm clocking the fact that the clothing that you're wearing. Can we talk about that for a minute? This is supposed to be your workout, and you are dressed in tight clothes. Again, that would cater to the gainers, because the gainer people, they like to see a person struggle to get into their clothes, or they like to see somebody wearing very tight clothes if they're extremely big. But here she is giving the side profile, which in the past was a problem. This is for them.
Julia.
And the fact that she's barely moving, that caters to the immobilizers. And notice how she's like sticking her stomach out. That's for the gainers. Okay, like she's got that horrible music on. Let's just turn it off. If she were really serious about this working out, she should be doing this off camera, and that way she could focus entirely on herself. You know, instead of being foodie beauty, just be Chantal for a minute. Focus on Chantal. Focus on getting Chantal better and healthier. You don't have to be in foodie beauty mode 24/7, which is giving off that side profile on purpose. This is not for the audience. This is for certain people that are paying her for content, in my opinion. Is it done yet? We'll just turn it all the way down. It's annoying. See, it's all just a joke to her. She's not even focusing in the zone and like really focusing on what she's doing. It's all like, I'm just gonna stand here and smirk. Like this is a joke to her. She's not even focused on what she's doing. I'm gonna move ahead a little bit. Moving ahead. And I have to wonder if this video was for indeed somebody that paid for it. Because if you notice, a couple of times in the video, the audio is off, but it looks like she's talking to somebody or addressing somebody. Was this a video that she did for someone privately and she decided to take that footage and make it into a video for YouTube to kind of double dip and make extra money? Who was this video actually for, Chantal? Okay, hold on. We got to go back a little bit. So she's got the chair next to her. The chair doesn't look too incredibly sturdy though. It that's a very small room. There are couches on every side. If Chantal falls, if something happens and she slips, she's gonna fall and she's gonna hit one of the couches. And that chair that she's using for balance, it doesn't look very sturdy to me. Certainly not sturdy enough that it would support 500 pounds of pressure and weight coming down on it. Chantal, do you see this? Do you recognize what's going on here? In order to stand up, you have to use a chair for balance. And just the way you're standing, do you know what I'm picking up from that? Your back already hurts. You are leaning hard on that chair because your back hurts. And I don't doubt that. You're over 500 pounds. I'm sure your back is screaming right now. But in order to stand up, you have to lean on that chair. Like, who is she talking to? She's got the sound up, but you know she keeps talking. Who is she addressing? Was this a video for somebody else that was private that she decided to, like, you know, dual purpose the video and put it on YouTube? You know, Chantal, I hope that you watch this video back and then you go back about 3 or 4 years to your older content and you see the difference in your movement and your breathing. Remember when you were on the exercise ball, how much more mobile you were? How much more mobile you were when you were with BB? You've lost so much mobility. You used to be able to lift your leg up, no problem, walk with no problem. Now look at you. In order to lift up your leg, you got to hold onto a chair. All because of the stupid mukbangs and catering to the feedy people. Sad. Now, when you're overweight, like the heavier you are, the more pounds of pressure you're putting on your joints. So here she is, like jogging in place, which is risky for Chantal. Like if she falls, if she trips, she could twist her ankle, she could break her ankle, like she could fall and hit her head on something. This is really not something she should be doing right now. Like, I don't want to watch all this.
I don't know if it's the TV, but there's always at least people who do like a modified, easy version
it's fun.
for people who can't do
She's
that.
out of breath, but she's not sweating. How does that work? You work out, usually like you're out of breath and you are just dripping sweat. Why is she not dripping sweat?
Jumping around like Jane Fonda does. So I usually do Hazel's version. Her name is Hazel. Anyway, I have layers on, so I'm very sweaty. Normally, I don't work out in this, like I said.
Normally, you don't work out at all. What are you talking about?
Anyway, I can't do the whole workout, but inshallah, one day I can. I just do what I can for now. So yeah.
Yeah, whatever. You know what? I'm done with you. This video is not for your audience. It wasn't to show that you're committed to your health. We know who you made this video for, and it was not for the majority of your audience. Okay, so this was a comment pinned by Fraudy herself. She says, it's insane that people don't know the difference between healthy and unhealthy carbs. I eat a ton of healthy carbs daily and my blood sugars are still dropping. Healthy carbs have a ton of fiber, which doesn't spike blood sugar. The thing is, Chantal, you shouldn't be eating a ton of healthy carbs. You should be eating healthy carbs, but not a ton of them. You don't need a ton of them. You just don't. Jenny says you can't have rice and corn on the same bowl or plate. Yeah, people are pointing out like that's not a good combination. What else we got here? Like there's a lot of supportive comments here. See, a lot of her subs are supporting her. And the sad part is they get their hopes up for her. And then she turns around and she does the mukbangs. And then she says, I do what I want. You can't tell me what to do. Like this is my channel. You don't like it, go away. So like all of you that are new subs for Chantal, you'll figure it out. That you don't have to listen to me. I'm a reactor to her. You'll find out on your own in time what we already know over here. So that's it for this react. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.